All right, guys, welcome. Cards Corner episode 6.
Let's go.
Oh my goodness, we have a stacked show today.
Lots of info.
So if you are new to the podcast, Cards Corner, I am your host, Jimmy. As always, I have with me Devin.
How you doing?
And Tony.
Hola.
He is our resident
Cubano.
beatbox expert. You beatbox, right?
No.
Don't put him on the spot like that.
So, we were supposed to have a guest today. So this is week 2 straight where guests kind of canceled out on us. So
Guestless.
At
We
least
are.
it's not a COVID.
not a COVID-related
Excuse.
guest issue. It's just an
So,
overwork-related guest
We'll
issue.
give him cut him some slack here.
So we've kind of substituted the guest with, we're going to do a surprise little bonus rip for the
Ribbage.
folks, right? So we're going to do a little bit of that.
A lot of good
We got
new product.
we got product recap. We got great topics. We have Industry Summit Awards, and that is best product for each sport,
Best podcast. No.
card of the year, breaker of the year, even.
Oh,
they announced.
that's
Breaker of the year.
too modern.
Producer was questioning whether I should release that information, but I'm not afraid of letting everybody know who the breaker of the year was.
Because doesn't that compete with you then?
With
for
me
Turf and
as
Dirt?
oh yeah, because I do own Turf and Dirt sports cards. No.
No.
And the reason why is I produce a superior product that nobody can compete with.
And there's so many breakers out there. It really doesn't make a difference. Like, I mean,
It doesn't, no,
you're
but
gonna send it. Your line's gonna get longer. Cool.
that's the other thing
In all
is
honesty, can you name even 3? I
No.
can't.
breakers.
Me, myself,
No.
and I.
The one that you look at 2 in the morning when
Yeah.
you're going to the bathroom.
The
that you-
Yamish. What is
Yeah.
it?
that you do screenshots and send it to me, right?
Right.
You save all that information, so when you come
When I
into
see
the shop,
something
you're like
distinct-
going,
When I see something weird and distinct that you may
Right,
not-
exactly.
It's the Yam Ripper, right?
.com? Isn't that? Okay.
.com.
All right, so we're going to talk about XR football released.
I did not get to dive into this yet, and so
I
it's-
saw them.
I didn't really. I saw it, the release.
Looks
of
like
it.
the producer was shushing me. I'm like, I thought this was what we discussed.
Yeah, no, I wanted to dive
Okay.
into the XR, but it just. I don't know. It didn't really tickle my fancy too much. It wasn't. I had to go and buy a pack of it.
So
See it on their website.
I did open up 2 boxes for the shop, and I'm going to tell you right now, I wasn't impressed. Like, my
Yeah.
best card was a Michael Pittman, like
Injured.
a triple relic auto. Like,
Yeah, that's rough.
and the only one I've sold so far is I sold an Brian Edwards RPA to 75 is the only XR card I've sold.
And he's not even playing.
So
I mean, at least you're selling it. But yeah,
it
appealing.
is.
They
I mean,
were
it's a
appealing
football
cards.
product. It is to me, it's a cousin of Elite.
Okay.
Donruss Elite. They're very similar in the surface. You know, the foil can peel. We actually had a
Second
damaged
cousin.
one that we had to send off.
How about like Absolute? How would compare it to Absolute a little bit?
No, I think Absolute's a more superior
Okay.
product than XR.
I did get some of the retail Absolute, and I guess there is a little. It doesn't have that shine, that glisten as the hobby. So there was definitely a difference in between hobby and retail.
Now, the disappointing part in XR, and we're going to actually dive into a little bit of XR in our big topic that we're
Yeah.
going to cover, but XR, a lot of the guys are like in their combine like
And see,
underwear,
I can't stand it, and it's like I feel like that's a lot of the
like spandex and muscle shirt running the 40.
third round picks or undrafted, type guys. I feel like that's the standard. It has to be combine. Like even Isaiah Simmons, a great, first rounder.
And
I feel like
watching-
a lot of his are just pure combine photos.
And I'm not going to lie, like watching Isaiah Simmons intercept Russell Wilson,
I was like, hell yeah, ching, come on.
I was doing it for different reasons, but he's doing it because he hates Russell Wilson. I was doing it because, yes, I was cha-chinging
Yeah,
going,
finally.
there's a lot of Isaiah Simmons. He was been nowhere, and then all of a sudden, boom, there he
Yes,
is.
that's how I felt when I saw the
And I
interception
was like
too.
going, oh, goodness, finally, because he was a first-round high selection.
Yeah.
And nobody, I mean, once the season began, he disappeared.
There not a lot of talk, and I think that was, and they
You feel
even
the same way?
They even
Same
said
exact
that
way.
during the game. They
And
said that this was his, you know,
His
coming out
breakout
moment.
moment.
And if I'm going to get a combine card, you know what combine card I would like to have?
A lineman.
No. Rich Eisen doing the sideline
Oh,
run
there
that
we
he does
go.
every year.
Yep.
Give me that on a card. That's what you need.
And I'll
Run,
tell you
Rich,
right now,
run.
if the NFL invites Cards Corner to the combine, I will put a suit on and run the 40.
I'll run backwards in a Speedo.
I will get in a scooter from Safeway in a
Fully charged.
in a 3-piece neon blue
Zoot suit.
zoot suit
Oh,
with matching
Feathers, boa.
inside fabric
Cool.
to the shirt I'm wearing.
Now you're talking about who was that drafty that came out and he had his...
oh man, I do.
Was it Kyler?
No, it wasn't Kyler. I
thought
do
Kyler Murray
remember.
had like a
had
combination.
custom.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So yeah. So NFL, if you are looking for satellites for next year's combine,
We're
we
in.
are available.
Let's
we will
do
go.
it.
We will actually fly ourselves. You won't even have to
Yeah.
pay for the flight.
Heck no.
If you need a blooper crew, we're in.
Exactly.
But XR, I mean, I think this was sort of just a filler title until some of the heat that comes
It
out
is.
this week.
This week is a good football title comes out, and we'll talk about that in a second. But also releasing this week was 2021 Contender Draft Picks Basketball. And on the surface, when we saw that the release was happening, I got jacked
For the price point.
because it was less than $300 for a Contenders Draft Pick box for 6 autos. I was excited.
Yeah, something affordable for
And then
NBA.
I opened up the first box and went, what in the HE double hockey sticks, Harry Knuckles, is going on? Because we've got no March Madness, no draft. Last year's Contender Draft Picks, we had a draft done. We had
Yeah.
March Madness to evaluate players by. And so I'm looking at a group of autographs going,
Who is this?
I have no idea what I'm looking at.
Yeah.
And it took an Instagrammer on my first box
To tell
because
you
the
had
Halliburton auto, he goes, oh, that's a good one. It's a $700 autograph.
something. Oh shit.
I'm like, Harry Knuckles, I'm all over it, right? But then second box I do because I'm like, well, if I don't know,
Might pull
the
something else.
possibility's endless.
Yeah,
right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
And it was Booby.
It was dun dun dun.
Yeah, so it's troubling because right now basketball product is going to come out and try to be what 1920 was for 2021. But the problem is we have no basketball to judge it. Like, I wasn't a basketball guy before, but just being around the hobby, I knew Zion, I knew Ja, I heard
Yeah.
the name. Like, so I wasn't completely blind to what was coming out. Here, I have no clue. Absolutely
isn't
no
the
clue.
season kind of rolling around back on us
Yeah.
again already?
Draft is coming up. NBA draft should be in
Like
November.
everything's coming into works right away.
Right. I mean, and they're going to be back to
Yeah.
like
The grind
Yeah,
again.
they're
some
back
veterans,
to
some
it
veterans
in-
are not happy about that.
in February.
So-
They're back at it.
So would you say that it was sort of a good and a bad for COVID and the NBA? Because COVID sort of at the beginning, boom, NBA just through the roof, price market, right? And then now trying to get back into the next season, do you feel like COVID maybe is killing
So
the NBA?
yeah, that's a good point. I had actually a customer today. We talked about this topic actually.
nice.
And so the question was, because we have 1920 product coming out still this month. And 2021 product is releasing parallel to 1920
Yeah.
product. And so it kind of feels like typically we would be just looking forward to 2021, but because they don't have a lot of, draft, March Madness to
Yeah, all
judge
the
what
hype
their
to get going.
2021 product's going to do, they're going back to the well
Yeah.
to come up with
It's a
other
filler.
1920
Exactly.
products to come back and make some money because 2021 right now is unknown to them.
And like you said, I think it's a filler.
It is.
They
It
need
is.
to
And
keep
right
everybody
now-
interested here. Let's just keep putting something out there.
And we don't know who the top guy out of 2021 contender draft picks is going to be, and they don't either.
So then also, would you think that that's a great product to buy then right now? Like if it's,
Oh.
because then
All
you just,
in on it.
but then you just keep it and you might have a lot of value if you sit on it for a couple months.
So what you
until-
do, and we have a couple customers that do this, buy the box and hold it.
Yeah.
Do not open it. Put it in your closet. Wait until
You
the
sit on
first
it.
week of the season. let the preseason get done, all of that.
Draft get done.
Get the hype going. And there's going to be some obscure guy that was moved at $10 that's going to turn into a Zion $900 base autograph.
Yeah, like
craziness.
if you're just looking at it as the money flipping side of it, I think that's what you have to do with any of this product right now is
Going forward
just
from here out.
sit on it until season starts because there's the unknown.
But we as collectors we don't have very good memories. Every year this happens, right? It's a little more extreme this year because things have been pushed due to COVID.
Yeah.
But there's plenty of times where you could have bought a box for relatively cheap,
Right.
sit on it,
keep it,
player
yeah.
develop, and then that
Oh, for
autograph
sure.
card in it is worth
A lot more than
buku money, and you can sell the box for 10 times what you paid.
And I saw a few YouTube rips, mind you, on hockey, but they held it for, they opened up a box recently of 2016, 2017 stuff.
I
Well, yeah,
admire,
I mean, I still see some of the stuff you have in shop
You know,
here.
and they pulled out, a gold mine.
I admire guys that can do that. I mean, I really do.
I just want to rip it if I get it.
Well, I mean, I have to because
full-
I
full
have
for you.
I have bills to pay. So like I've got to keep the
You can
shop
have
running.
products
So
sitting.
I can't have stuff sit. So
I
I
have capital, yeah.
I admire guys that are able to do that, and hats off to them if they can. If
Yeah,
you have the
there's-
money to be able to play like that, but
There's no way. Got
so
itchy
anyway,
palms.
so contenders draft pick basketball is a little bit of an enigma. My vote would be if you're looking at you're looking for my card advice.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good box to buy and sit.
Yeah.
And just play with it. Do one box, less than 300. In this market, that's pretty cheap.
Oh, for sure.
And hold it and see what happens. All right, so products coming up this week. Now, this week's a fairly deep release week. We have Trinity Football 2020,
Foosball.
which that's an utter bag of knuckles. Contenders Baseball releases, 2020 Contenders Baseball. 2020 Phoenix Football.
And that's where I'm at right there.
We have 2020 Leaf Joe Montana series.
I know a lot of people who are going to be interested in that one.
Correct, and that's another bag of hairy knuckles. And which came out, and the release is Friday, but we think the release was technically supposed to be today, Tuesday, was the Super Break Heavy Hitters basketball product.
Which you got to...
Which I ripped a box and then sold the other box.
Don't do it.
It's a gamble. It's a high-end product. You're looking at buyback graded cards that Super Break is big for doing.
Or
1 to
2
2
cards.
Yep. If I get everything I asked for the cards of the 2 that I got, I would lose about $20 on the box.
And then you,
Being completely
you had a
honest.
what? MJUNC.
It was a 2012-13
Curry?
Fleer vintage.
Oh, Jordan.
So it was a 2012 Jordan in his North Carolina uni.
Yeah.
So that was about a $40 card.
9.5, but not PSA.
It was a 9.5 Beckett.
Beckett.
And then the other ones was PSA
Curry.
10. And this one was a little bit of an enigma. It was a Steph Curry Flash.
Yeah.
And it was a Pop 3. There was only 3 as a PSA 10 that have been graded to this point.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's
And
that's intriguing.
a Pop 3 Flash from that year of Prism sold for $700. I'm asking $200 for the one I pulled.
Yeah.
And that's just because I want to move it.
Yeah,
So
okay.
Could I get 3? Could I get 4? Possibly. It is a Pop 3. There's only 3 of them done. Mine is 1 of 3.
But like you said, you need that money now.
But it's about
circulating.
moving it. So I would rather move it than sit on it. So that's what it's priced at. So Trinity Football, we know what Trinity Baseball, anybody's a Trinity World with Leaf, it is going to be 5 or 6 cards, chunky patches, not licensed, so you're not going to see logos except for what comes on the patches,
Yeah.
right? So Phoenix Football 2020, you're looking at roughly around $250 retail. It's going to
Yeah,
be
12
12 packs, 5 cards per pack.
2 autos.
Usually 2 autos and a mem. They do have RPAs in it. Chrome.
Yeah, I mean, just doing the research and looking at the images that they have available. I mean, that die cut in Fuego card is as fire as it really is.
I like the first one you showed me.
Yeah, no, the Tua. Just, I mean, all the images. I do like Phoenix because when you do get the Chronicles and getting a Phoenix card, those are some of the ones that I tend to like the most out of there. But I'm really looking forward to this one. I think everything stands out a little bit better.
Well, and for us with Phoenix during the COVID shutdown, we moved a lot of it. It was very popular.
Well, I mean, the price point for, I mean, compared to some of the releases, XR, you know, absolute. I feel like this is back towards the certified price range, a little more affordable, and I feel like you're going to get more than you bang for your buck.
The craziness about it, though, is I look back to and producer can verify this. We look back to Phoenix from 2019. Mm-hmm. And when we had that month and a half or 2 months of no products being produced, and so we were just reordering current, right? Phoenix was one that kept going. And it started out at $8-9 a pack. And it went from that to the next reorder, 3 days later, and it was 12, and then 13, and then 15.
And so you're looking
at
like
19, and then 20. And
Wow.
it was like we saw the progression over a month where the pack more than doubled due to the COVID craziness that was going on.
So being more fresh into the game, just coming back really this year, how long has Phoenix as a product
Phoenix
been
has been a product, I believe, since 16 or 17.
Okay.
It is not one that's like a flagship kind of product.
Sort of
it's been around.
transition.
I don't know what the reasoning for it is. I mean, it just appeared in the market one day, but it rode the back of Prism because it's got that chrome finish to it.
Image-wise, I mean, I'm all about the look for me because I want to have the collection of something that stands out and pops. Like Prism,
Sure.
Mosaic, and Phoenix. If you're giving me the three, I'm going to choose Phoenix just because of the overall dynamic of the background and everything.
If you look with Prism, the popularity of Prism is a lot in the color they offer. Right?
Yeah, but
And
that's the hunt.
Right. It's not necessarily the autograph, but it's the color.
Mm-hmm.
And Phoenix tends to be the same way because all their color is numbered. So the
Yeah.
numbered cards are the chase, and it seems to be.
And the gold I see it's not black. That's a 1 of 1. It was gold.
Yeah, and but when you pull, I mean, I pulled a Josh Jacobs 101 from Phoenix last year.
Right.
Laundry tag, stunning card. And it was being the Raiders colors, it's darker, it's not as vibrant. But when you saw it, you went, oh my God. I'm like, it's stunning.
Oh, yeah.
Phoenix is a stunning product. And to have a product that's less than $300 in football right now,
So
to be able to get Joe Burrow autos and Tuas and stuff is crazy.
Black is to 10, green is to 25, blue to 35, fire and ice, which that's hot, is to 50, yellow 79, orange 99, purple 149, teal 175, pink. Ooh, my girls will love that one. 199, red 299, a color burst, and a silver.
Color burst, and so there were one pack that would contain a color burst cards last year. It'll probably be the same configuration. One of those packs will be a color burst pack. It's almost like a separate hit pack kind of situation. Color burst is always looked at a little bit more meaty than a base card or even a higher numbered card. It's considered a kind of a short printed ish, but of course you're going to see color burst when it gets released being posted on eBay as an SSSP. And it's going to be super rare when it's not going to end up being super rare, but pretty rare.
So you got 12 rookies, 12 parallels, 9 inserts, and then your 2 autographs, 1 mem. Yep. That's your box.
It's good. 3 hits, less than 300. That's pretty good value.
200 card base set, so I like that. It's a smaller set. Mosaic was over, it's 300 plus. So as I was trying to put together my set today, it tends to get a little harder with that big set.
And then, of course, we're going to transition from that. We got Leaf, Joe Montana. That's an interesting product. That's going to be probably close to a $200 retail value. It's going to contain one like acetate Joe Montana autograph card. And I think they're going to try to make them look like various cards throughout Joe Montana's career that have been popular.
Oh, that's
like
nice. Good spin.
It's going to be 86-ish. I believe that's the kind of mock-ups I've seen. Obviously, they have copyright issues they have to get around, but it's going to be similar to those.
So why is that compared to the Charlie Hustle, both being Leaf product?
Well, Joe Montana is Joe Montana, right? It's
I mean,
He's the legit Hall of Famer.
$25
He is a Hall of Famer,
Yeah,
so-
oh, that's for sure.
You know,
Joe Montana autographs. I mean, it's just value of autograph, and we're going
Yeah.
to get into it with the football helmet topic. But
I mean, I know a lot of Montana fans, so
but there is less Montana autographs out in the world than there are Charlie Hustle.
Yeah, I had a coworker today that he said that would be one of his top 4 guys that he would choose.
The only unfortunate part is Turf and Dirt just recently was approved to go direct with Leaf. So we haven't been able to take advantage of those numbers yet.
Mm-hmm.
So distributor numbers from Leaf are always super low. You get a box, 2 or 3 if you're lucky, because it is not the primary distribution angle for Leaf is through their directs, not through distributors. When Panini and Topps is completely opposite. The primary movement of their cards is through their distributorship, not their directs. So Leaf has a different business model, but we're feeling our way through it. So anyway, and then, of course, the decent one for baseball, 2020 Contenders Baseball. If you're a baseball fan, getting your Contenders autographs are always a huge thing. You're going to be looking for, Adley Rutschman. You're looking for, you name it, Bobby Witt, Jason Dominguez. I'm not sure what the checklist looks like. I haven't had a chance to look at it yet. But Contenders, just like any Contenders product, is going to be 5 or 6 autographs per box. Most likely is going to be in the $200-ish range, I'm guessing.
So if you like hits, it's something to
correct, and then you're going to
hit.
it's going to be base card heavy. You're going to get a lot of. So if you're a set builder,
Yeah.
you're going to get a lot of cards to weed through. But each pack should contain an autograph. So
nice.
all right, and then next was going to be our guest, but we had our TriStar Hidden Treasures mini
That's
helmets come in.
Better than the guest right here. We're going to take that.
I don't know. Ryan's a pretty good dude. He would have been an entertaining guest.
I like the idea of these mini helmets.
So here's what we're going to do. We're going to talk briefly a bit about them, and unfortunately, I'm going to plug Turf and Dirt here just a hair because we have over a case of these available. This was our second big purchase going direct with TriStar. We were excited to get them because each case contained 10 mini helmets autographed. If you saw the live earlier today, and if you haven't, you can go to Turf and Dirt's Instagram account and rewatch the preview rip. But the Kellen Winslow, the Culp, is that who it? Yep, Culp Hall of Fame helmet, Y.A. Tittle, Brian Bosworth, Drew Pearson, Dallas Cowboys helmet were the 5 helmets that we ripped to preview rip it. And we had 4 on the shelf, and we are actually selling them at $119.95 or $99, whatever. Is it $95 or $99?
$97.
Producer's
Walmart.
asleep at the wheel, so that's always good. So if you had to run a board, we'd be in trouble right now. Unfortunately, we pre-ordered a couple boxes with a distributor before we went direct. So I have actually 2 boxes like this being shipped to me tomorrow.
Okay.
To make up for the ones I've kind of opened. So I'm like, you know what? We're going to open one up on the channel, and I'm going to have... You want to rip it?
Sure.
We're going to have Tony cut it open. He's going to...
But you have to do the whole read us the card, don't show
Yeah,
us the
don't...
player.
Sure.
The card, so when you cut it open,
I know the drill.
If it's an old person,
yeah.
just speed it up though.
don't let me interfere with your complete... Yes? I do not.
I'm
Producer,
not
can
old.
you bring it to me, please?
But see, now the debate is, you buying the mystery, or do you buy outright, the players that you PC. I think all of these are stunning. I would personally have them for a collection. If I was trying to collect, even just one of every team, I think these are great looks, great to have.
So am I just rolling this, right? Okay.
So I am opening this with an official Turf and Dirt
Box cutter. How can the folks at home get a Turf and Dirt box cutter?
They can contact you, contact the shop, email.
Personal rips.
Personal rips,
rips.
$5 extra with personal rips. We will mail it to you. If you
Ripped.
do not have any personal rips and want one, go ahead and contact us, DM us through our social media accounts, and we will
Get one out to you.
send
securely.
one to you.
Don't peek into the box before
I'm looking away.
I don't
Be
want
like
your-
Stacy
I don't
when
want
we
your camera
opened the
like
box.
this.
She was sticking the camera right in the box, and I'm like, well, that kind of takes away from.
By the way,
Ta-da.
when you pulled them on, when you ripped this on Instagram, I did guess the Drew Pearson.
You did.
You never mentioned that, but you mentioned
No.
that.
So you do have to cut the tape on the box, Mr. Experience.
See, it's that old school. I want to see. It's got to be a current player. I'm going current.
Should
love
be a
this.
card fairly easily seen on top.
Yeah, stop looking at me.
Well, I'm trying to get the camera pointed, but not looking at
So
the.
I got the card
Oh
in my
yeah.
hand.
Okay,
Okay.
don't.
Oh, I
show
got
it.
sweaty palms.
All right. So this player played collegiate football at Ohio State University.
Oh shit. That's
Joey
a good one.
Galloway,
Let me finish.
Eddie George.
2018
Dwayne
Big Ten Player of
Haskins.
the Year. 2018 First Team All Big Ten. 2019
I think I just
Rose Bowl
guessed it.
MVP. Yes, you did.
That's shitty.
And drafted.
Oh, excuse me
15th
for being
overall
so good.
by the
Sorry,
Washington Redskins in the 2019 NFL Draft.
but it says Ohio State.
Well, let's see. This is kind of nice.
Uh-oh.
Dwayne
Does it got-
Haskins. If
does
it's
it got some
Ohio
Buckeyes
State,
on it?
is sick.
Got some Buckeyes on it?
It is the Buckeyes Silver Edition.
Oh, look
Okay.
at that. That is beaut. And it's got the red, it's the chrome alternate red SIG. That is beautiful.
See, even though
And
he's
it even has
a bench
the-
warmer,
look
it's
at-
I
has
like
the-
all
it
the
has
Buckeyes.
all the Buckeyes on the back.
That is a nice looking helmet.
That is pretty nice.
Great signature.
Yeah, no, I mean image wise,
Silver cage.
great for a collection.
I didn't realize that they had chrome alternates in this, so I'm pleased with
But
that.
chrome and then with the red,
It's
I mean,
beautiful. It's beautiful.
You like that?
Yeah, it's nice.
having the Buckeyes, that's a great addition to it. I think if it was a bear, it would not be as appealing, but I think that's more of a collector's.
Very nice.
And Ohio State, I mean, that's something that there's huge following, even if it's not a Dwayne Haskins fan.
Yeah, so I mean,
See, I
Wow.
think they're good, a good buy. You know, it is that time of year, Christmas coming.
Stocking stuff.
These are great gifts. I mean, even just could you imagine getting the mystery box on Christmas?
Forget about it.
That would be.
That's
mean,
like the last gift I'm opening of the
yeah,
day.
that would be
Like,
ideal
okay,
for
Christmas
me.
is over in 15 minutes.
Yeah,
I'm opening it.
that would be ideal for me. I don't want one gifted to me at Joe Burrow, Cincinnati. Let me try to pull that myself.
I'd be on Instagram running like a, guess who it is. you
Oh
know?
yeah,
so do you realize though, like, why I have the coolest job on the planet, right?
yeah. No, it's Christmas every day.
Can be.
Yeah,
Or Christmas come early.
It can be, yeah. Especially when you get Y.A. Tittle and Brian Bosworth. But
Holiday Road.
yep. All right. So we're gonna kind of shift gears a little bit. Industry Summit was last week. Some interesting topics. We kind of covered some of those last week, but one of the things that was interesting that arrived at the shop, and I brought this out to kind of show, but so Brandon Steiner, who owns Yankee Stadium and also is the owner of Steiner Authentic. They are, typically worked directly with the Yankees, but
yeah.
they're kind of known as the high-end authenticator for sports memorabilia. There was a book available for everybody that was attending the Industry Summit, and he was giving it out for free. Now, the beautiful part is we received the book, and I didn't realize, but it was also autographed by Brandon Steiner that says, "You got balls," and he signed it.
That's sweet of him.
Which is pretty cool.
I mean, to tell you got balls.
I'm
that's-
actually looking forward to reading it because he is a rags to riches kind of guy.
Right.
Even though Turf and Dirt is not in the riches column yet, I kind of consider myself kind of like that, where
Hey, you're
hard
moving on up.
work, and
You're in the lingerie section.
Hey,
I'm in the self try on section of the
Of the regular
of
guy
the
look.
Salvation
Of
Army.
The regular guy look.
But the interesting part is they actually release awards for product every year. And they did awards for certain products.
See,
and
I
I
wonder
wanted to kind of go over what some of the...
how did they base these rewards?
It was actually voted on by card shops and industry experts.
okay.
And we were
Not
asked to
chosen?
vote.
Oh, okay.
And
Nice.
so we actually submitted a voting sheet a few months ago.
It's like the
And
Baseball Writers Association.
kind of thing. And then
So that's pretty cool.
the industry summit, they actually released what the results were and awarded the thing. So
And mind you, this is information. This isn't information that the public usually knows about or hears about or even
You
cares
gotta
about.
you gotta really kind of be into what we do.
Right.
And some people might be bored by this. So if you indulge me for 5 or 10 minutes, we will
No, I think this is
go
cool.
over it.
Yeah.
So
Something new.
product of the year. So we got to remember last year, right? So basketball, technically 18-19 product is still last year.
Yeah.
Because 18 carried over into 19. So product of the year last year was 18-19 Prism basketball. Big surprise, right? Prism, hot across the
Yeah.
board, every sport, but Prism basketball has been out of control this year.
That's
So,
where the
card of the year, and I was surprised by this. Card of the year was the 18-19 National Treasures Luka Doncic rookie. Actually
Yeah, see,
received card of the year.
I could see anything Luca. If you're talking 18-19, that's definitely where it's going to be.
Luka didn't do too bad in this. LeBron James didn't do too bad either. And then the other one that didn't too bad, and that's the autograph of the year. The 2019 National Treasures Babe Ruth Ty Cobb cut signature booklet. Autograph of the
wow.
year.
101.
You know how crazy that is?
That's a poopy pants card.
Yeah, that's I'm going to pass out. Like the guy that's going to scream and cry when he pulls an autograph Zion. I don't deserve this. I don't deserve. That would be what I would
Oh
do
yeah,
for
the
that
Holy
card.
Grail right there.
Crazy card. So memorabilia card of the year. 18-19 National Treasures NBA Finals nameplate LeBron James numbered to 5.
Yeah, so a lot of national treasures.
Yes.
That's
So best baseball card product, 2019 Topps Chrome, got the vote.
nice.
Best basketball, obviously 18-19 Prism.
Prism.
Best collegiate product, 2018-19 Immaculate Basketball is the best collegiate product. Best football product, 19 National Treasures, got the nod.
Interesting.
Best hockey product, 18-19 Upper Deck, got the nod for best hockey product.
Nice. Good stuff.
Best racing product, I know we're dying for that release. And a big surprise, it was Prism for the best.
How about WNBA?
Best soccer product, 18-19 National Treasures. Best entertainment product, and I was stoked by this because I've opened a lot of this product. 2019 Top Star Wars Masterworks was
There
the
you
best
go.
entertainment product.
Beautiful
Did you vote
cards.
that?
I did.
Yeah.
I won't disclose what my other votes were, but yes, I did vote positively for that one. Best pop culture product, 2019 Allen and Ginter.
I like
That troubles me, but okay.
I like Allen Ginter. It's a
But I'm wondering if it was because of lack of options.
Could
What-
be.
What went up against it?
Because I only think we had 2 choices when we voted, if I remember
You
correctly.
know, and the other one could have been who knows what.
This was a thing where Stacy, what?
Probably good one, champions.
Good one was, I think,
Oh,
was one of
that's
them. But
not
this
a-
is one where Stacy rattled off the questions and then the multiple choice and then asked me
A,
to
B,
pick.
and
So,
G.
best customer service. Now, there was a little
Not
bit
Panini.
of controversy with this because this industry summit is a huge Panini sponsored event, not a
Heavy.
big top
Heavy.
sponsored event. Heavy Panini sponsored event. And best customer service was won by Topps.
Good.
And Panini, I think, was a little pissed.
Struggle bunny.
Best single day promotion, and I do disagree with this, but it is the Topps National Baseball Card Day was voted as the best single
What
day.
would you?
Well, I mean, it
Or what were the options?
actually no. This
I
is
like the
fine.
National
I
Baseball Card
actually
Day.
I do.
enjoyed the National Hockey Day promotion because hockey was a new thing for us, and so that was a 1-day promotion that I don't even think got consideration, to be honest with you. Now the best ongoing promotion, and I don't agree with this one completely, was the 19 top silver packs, that are offered in Top Series 1, 2 jumbos.
Oh yeah.
And I don't agree with that because the Panini Player of the Day promotion that we did for basketball and football,
I liked that.
outstanding.
Yes.
And so the fact that they didn't want it, I completely disagreed.
Yeah, I don't. The
with that
packs,
decision,
the
so-
medallions and stuff like that.
Because the reason why is silver packs are a manufacturer inserted, like it is done with the regular run of the product. So
Yeah.
to me, that's not promotional. That's part of the
yeah,
product.
it's our. I mean, because you could grab it right now. Like
Correct. But Player of the Day promotion,
That was
you
just
can't
limited
grab
time.
Player of the Day packs
Yeah.
right now. So best non-traditional release, and I don't agree with this one either. Topps Now, the on-demand product. Topps Now was the best non-traditional release.
I can't get with that stuff. All the digital.
Yeah, I
no.
mean it's creating money for the sake of creating money, right? It's
that printing money stuff.
oh yeah. You slid in a home plate real good, so we're gonna do a Topps Now real good card because you slid in a home plate real good.
Real good, like
Real good, like real good. So, best repack product of the year, Dave and Adam's Hit Parade. They're pretty much cornered the market with
Repacks.
repack. Hit Parade is a industry known kind of thing. And then Breaker of the Year, and I have no problem
breaker.
because I'd never heard of this breaker before, but it's a company called Real Breaks. They won Breaker of the Year. So
because they really break stuff.
Because they spent $250,000 on product.
Marketing.
pretty much, yeah, they
You know?
they solicited the most votes for their
Or it's just
three
solicited their
options.
bodies.
So anyway, Industry Summit. I thought that would be kind of fun to talk about.
No, that's good insight.
You
I
guys
think.
want to weigh in? You guys want to leave messages? Turf and Dirt. You can do it at Cards Korner YouTube.
What was
We would like to hear your
favorite
input.
Product of
you
the
heard
year?
us run through it. Let us know what your
Yeah.
favorites are. We'd like to hear that. So next up, and this one was a great topic, and I'll give producer credit because when the new program rolled out with the XR release, it hit the airwaves, and she grabbed it and went, "Oh," because she knows how I feel about this topic.
Oh no.
So, wild card points.
Panini.
So mystery points have now been. So we got to have mystery everything today,
Yeah.
right? So now mystery points are inserted beginning with Panini XR football. And we believe are going to be run in Panini products between now and the rest of the year.
So would you rather an autograph or 150 Panini?
That
points?
is the question. And points are polarizing, right? Because they insert points as a
hit.
hit instead of an autograph. And it's usually an autograph, not a relic that they substitute.
But are points a filler?
Yeah.
Because
Maybe because they're doing so terrible on the redemptions, they can't
Or
get
they
the
can't
dang
keep up or
redemptions
something.
filled. So they're like, well, shit, here, if we give them points, then they can just go pick something off of there that we actually have
having
done.
stock, right?
I mean, that's a good point there. I didn't think of that.
Well, but see, and then the other point was made is, well, what kind of cards do they offer on their points? Like, because they don't offer, they have a specific points section, right?
Yeah, they're probably not going to have all your big top rookies.
They
and
don't
stuff.
because it is redemption leftovers.
But if you
Yeah.
rip
It is
one-
redemption cards that were never redeemed that are in their vault that they have to get rid of to make room
So
to
then
house
in
other
like
crap.
a couple years when somebody I guess those redemptions have to be done in a year, right?
Correct. So like
Oh, so
JP Crawford, all of his, they have JP Crawford stuff, but he's all in his Phillies uni because
Oh.
that was the big redemption when he was a rookie.
Yeah.
And I know you'd be excited about that. But the question is, are you a fan of rewards points to
No.
begin with?
Don't give me points.
No, I mean if
And let me know why.
if I get a like you have a 600 point card right there in front of
Correct.
you.
I did
You have
bring a
600 point
section
card.
out for
when I rip open a pack and I pull
That's like a
out-
kid reporter.
and I yeah, exactly I pull that 600 points out. Is there a card in their base already on their website that I'm available to buy
Right
or
away.
to trade in with that 600 points, or do I have to get at least 750 points and have to buy another
Or
pack?
6,000
No,
points.
no. So
You follow me?
Yeah. So basically, what happens is 150 points will get you most likely a really bad relic, or it will get you half of an autograph.
Half of it on.
Like, so even a 150 point card is not going to get you a legit auto. Like, and then I brought a section out, and through the magic of television, you will get to see the exampling that I'm doing. But I've got a 600 point card. I have several 150s, and these are stuff I pulled doing shop rips, right? And I always hold on to them because the Panini point market tends to heat up during certain times of the year. And I'll explain why here in a second.
Yeah, it's rough.
But we
for
got
me.
several 250 point cards. So those are some of the examples. But so
I want that immediate
I am not a
satisfaction.
fan of
Instant gratification.
I'm not a
Yeah.
fan of rewards points for this reason and this reason only. When you're a business and you are ripping a box, there is no bigger disappointment for you as a business and the other end that you feel the cringe as a customer when you buy a $500 box of select football and instead of one of the 3 autos you're supposed to get, you get a $250 or 250 point rewards card, which happened several times during COVID when we were, literally ordering select 3 times a week because it was just a hot product that we were running through a ton of it. And we were pulling every other box had points cards in it.
So let me ask you this, being the new guy on the block.
Sure.
So do these points cards, do they have a value? Like, can you go on eBay right now or on some other local card shop and they're selling
Yes.
points cards?
You can go on eBay and sell your points cards, yes.
How do you find a value to that?
So basically, that's a tough one because it's based on card comps just like you do on an autograph or a relic. You go on, and so I was curious because they make a 15,000 point card. Never seen one, but we know that they make one.
Yeah.
That's the biggest point value that they offer. So I was like, what is the current market value of a 15,000 point card? And the current market value is $500.
Of the 15,000?
All right, guys. So we had a little technical
difficulty.
but part of Cards Korner is we're
We're raw.
Korner in the raw. So we left off with talking about rewards points, and we were on a point of I was talking about select football, which is a higher end dollar product.
Yeah.
And there was an abundance of Panini points inserted instead of autographs for a product like Select, right?
Which is, you want that high end auto.
Correct. So we were talking about, and you brought it up, where is there a way to check value of your points?
Card, yeah.
And you can, right? People
Just
will
like
sell.
Comp and anything else.
Correct. We talked, I talked about the 15,000 rewards points had a $500 retail value. Usually if you get a 900 point card or higher,
That's nice.
that's a pretty good hit. That's usually a $20 to $30 autograph.
But is that stated somewhere? Is there a,
There is not.
It's
It
not
is
a guideline.
So there's not, it's just kind of going off of,
Now, one of the things
of
that
mouth.
Panini does, and this is very interesting, is most of the time, if you have 1,000 points and you want to redeem it for a couple of cards, if you don't mind the fact that, excuse me, if there are a total hairy bag of knuckles, you can do that. Pay the shipping. They'll send you the 2 cards after a week or 2 or 9 or 140.
Panini time.
Correct. Panini is on their own clock. But especially when drafts occur, NFL, MLB, NBA, when there is a racing situation, NHL even, like this is no joke, or even some, like non-sports thing that
entertainment.
they will add what they call, like 101s or nice RPA autos,
Okay.
but they will cost 100,000 points. And they do that constantly where you'll go, oh, I can get a Joe Burrow NFL Shield autograph.
So you only need to
And they'll
collect
say,
for a couple years
and
before
they'll
you can get
tell
that many.
you, 125,000 points. And you're like, I've got 240 points. What do I do? And you go, you can't have it.
You can get the one.
And so I think that's their answer to why is there only crappy cards to choose from? So they put the really nice stuff, make it unattainable. And they go, you can have it for the 125,000 points, or if you want to give me $50,000.
But see, if I pulled one of those redemptions out of XR, which is only 2 packs, and I'm wanting the hits.
Right, it's only 3 autos hit anyway. Is that correct? XR?
I thought it was two autos.
Is it 2 autos?
It's one in each pack, I think.
Because if that's the case, that is absolutely brutal. And now you're pulling a mystery
Yeah, no, I'm
reward point.
2 autos. Yeah. See, I'm heated if that's coming to 150.
As we understand it, you have to begin the point redemption process in order to determine what value your point card is.
Oh, so
if you don't want to hold, like if you're going to hold it or try to move it
from the beginning,
you're blind. Like you either have to use it or
lose it.
Oh shit!
And that's messed up.
Or you can probably negotiate with your LCS. Hey, can I trade you this for a
that's
card?
messed up. Now
that's dirty.
When they do white like sparkle packs, which can be like a optic kind of product where they will make them sparkly, that becomes a popular. So we'll start to get phone calls. Hey, do you have 800 points available that I can buy from you? And I go, well, yeah, I got that's why I keep this. I'm about making, like, I'm a hustler, right?
I'm a hustler, baby.
So when they start to release some sparkle packs, we start to get phone calls. Do you have points available for sale? Yep, I do. Come on down. I'll sell you some points.
That triggers the fact that I know they got sparkle packs.
Yeah, I can take the sparkle pack in pretty much.
Right. That
is the sign language version of
he gone.
Yeah, that is right. So, I keep these strategically for a reason, but people, they like the sparkle. People have pulled great stuff out of the sparkle. So, I mean,
going back, you mentioned something about on redemptions, you don't pay shipping.
Correct.
But on rewards points, you pay shipping.
So I've exchanged rewards points for cards. Occasionally I'll have a decent Mariner, Sonic, something like that. And the thing that notice is when you go to trade in your points, they will make you pay first class shipping for whatever the card is. So, but the question was, if you're not paying for a hit, the shipping, right? Because it's a hit.
Yeah.
And that's now substituting a hit. So now they're actually making me pay extra for the hit that should have already been in the box. And the redemptions, you get a redemption, they don't make me pay the shipping.
No.
I redeem it and they ship it to me.
You're just waiting and waiting and waiting.
Or 3. I have redemptions that are still 3 years pending.
I did a redemption and then I later sold the card. And so I'm still waiting for the card to be shipped to me so I could ship it to this guy. And I've been keeping in contact with him, but I feel like shit. I'm like, I didn't think it was going to take that long.
So I pulled the redemption, the 101 Black Prism from Select, NFL Shield auto of Baker Mayfield. He just had a 5 touchdown game. This thing is still in.
Let's pass that on.
This thing is still in the queue. So when I pulled it, it was a $2,500 card at the time of pulling it. I don't know what it is now.
13.
25 cents.
Well, but he had a 5 touch. You got to remember each game.
F-U-C-K.
Right. Burrow has a 5 touchdown game. We're not F-U-C-K in anything.
Right.
He's happy dancing, but it's Mayfield. It's like, oh.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Donovan Peoples-Jones.
That is the interesting topic. It's very polarizing. We actually got a lot of feedback and interaction from fans. And so I told people that if they left their comments,
shout them out,
and allowed me to speak about it publicly, I'd give them a shout out on the podcast. So I have some here to talk about. So MLB baseball card, we interact with him on Instagram on a regular basis. Said if you had a choice, would rather take the autos, but redemptions, points are usually worth more than the auto that comes out. And I understand that argument because sometimes the autos are pretty bad.
Yeah.
And so the points at least give you an opportunity to get after something that might be a little bit better.
It's a gamble.
I don't like it still, yeah.
I mean, I appreciate the
input, yeah.
Yeah, no, he's trying to be positive.
Yeah.
Right, he's not just bagging knuckles.
He's not demagging it.
Right.
Yeah.
We have another customer who's up to the friendly north. Unpack Rat is one of our Canadian loyalists. I think he lives in actually Toronto, but doesn't like points at all. Thinks it's absolutely crappy. Points are going to be inserted instead of autographs.
He's got my vote for president.
And then, he's upset that you got to pay for the card to have it shipped when you redeem points. Like that's nasty.
I think that really is dirty move.
If it's Canadian Postal, forget about it.
Now, I think Panini understands the polarizing thing of points, right? I mean, they have to by now know people hate the points.
That's why they didn't win the other one, right?
Yeah,
correct.
But they feel like it's lose-lose because people are hating them for their redemption return time. So it's like, well, here, this you don't have to wait for the redemption time. Just get it.
The interesting thing is Dallas Cards 3472 tries to put a positive spin on it. He says he thinks the mystery points are an interesting way of Panini to kind of perk up the whole points program, and it adds a little more kind of mystery incentive to it. He's being super positive about it.
So would you hunt a 15,000 point card?
And seeing that most points are usually redeemed for Sparkle Packs anyway. So would I hunt one? No.
Twinkle, twinkle.
If I encountered one, I would be selling that sucker right away.
High five.
So one of the cool things that Panini did offer, and this happened when we opened the shop, we were looking for wall decor, pictures, things of that nature. So it was right after Contender Draft Picks football was released, and Panini did a 8x10 of each player of like the top 10 or 20 or whatever. And one of them was DK Metcalf, and it was autographed in like gold Sharpie.
Oh, that's dope.
But it was a colored 8x10 blow up of his Contender Draft Pick, and it cost me 3,000 points to get it. And once I put it in a frame and hung it on the wall, the first weekend we were open, it sold.
Wow.
So there were cool things that I don't remember. I think it was probably $100, probably.
I want a pink signature.
And that was before he became his
DK.
binky, pink hair, muscly.
The Dennis Rodman of football.
Correct.
That is definitely where I'm going.
So we had another interesting point, and Kenny Downs, who is actually a member of the military, who is a local customer. He is stationed in Oak Harbor. Shout out to Kenny, Arizona fan, big time. Congratulations on the Cardinals win.
Thanks for your service.
Go, Kyler.
Thank you for your service. Yep, he has been in the service for quite a while. So he believes that points, if you're going to use them, they should just be in addition to whatever hits you get. So instead of it replacing a hit, it should just be an extra thing in there just to get.
Replace the kid reporter card.
There you go. That's a good replacement. And then, of course, our Mimi of 3. Now, she is a local, well, not a local. She was a customer that was on vacation when we first opened up from California.
Nice.
Walked into the shop, bought some cards, went home, leaving that day that they were in here, went home, and she's been a loyal Instagram customer ever since.
See, that's awesome.
And she chimed in and said, hate them. Can't stand points, shouldn't be doing it. It's highway robbery.
It is.
But Mimi of 3, thank you much. We appreciate your support.
Yeah, for sure.
She's one of my faves. Her and her husband, King Tut. You will see him on Instagram.
Yeah, I see him on there.
Yeah, so those were the ones that chimed in, and we said we would kind of give them a shout out, share their opinions.
Awesome. We appreciate the interaction.
My experience has been when I was with the other shop, it would always be laughed at because I got pretty angry, right? Because I was operating on a limited money. So when I ripped a box and I'm expecting to grind my box out to get my money back, 150 point card kind of pissed me off. But
for sure.
And so whenever I would rip with the owner of the shop at the time, we'd rip the stuff together at the same case, and he would always like to take them and fling them across the shop like a frisbee or So that was kind of the thing.
Gambit.
So once in a while you can find some decent stuff that Panini offers, but the most part, just hold them. Expect to try to do something with them. Sell them, hold them, and sell them as a 3,000 point lot. You can do something with that.
And go ahead.
Are they? Is Panini the only ones doing a point system?
They are, yeah. Panini's the only one to implement it, and it kind of makes you ask the question, right? Like, because there's several other manufacturers that are fairly prominent, and Panini's the only one to
throw out points.
Makes you wonder, right?
Just get a card and get it signed.
I just wonder if it's a PR issue.
Well, they're not even signing cards; they're signing stickers. So
right. So,
but like, can they be found in retail too?
Yes.
Okay, so you're finding them everywhere.
Oh, I'm sure.
And it's like for new people getting into the hobby, I feel like that's something they might think is like a kid reporter card, and if they chuck it,
and that's going to happen, and
that could be something. Just keep an eye out, look for that.
My advice is, if you get a points card, don't try to redeem it, hold it, and if you get more, keep a collection and just kind of look at the rewards. Deals. Yeah, rewards site, take a look.
Well, like you educate them, do your homework, contact Panini, email them, look up their website, look up I mean,
Well, Topps won Customer Service of the Year, so that was probably not by
Panini's
accident.
not answering the phone because they got too many points.
Because they got too many questions
coming
right?
in.
At least they're color coordinated. It's like Uno or something.
Or at least, listen, make it worth a while. Drop the damn shipping charges
Yeah.
that you're dinging me for on that double-edged sword you got.
Well, and I never thought about that because I've redeemed a few times and I've had to pay for the shipping, and it never struck me that they're they're double dipping. And so when the question was asked yesterday, and I started putting notes together for today's, and I'm like, that really bugs me, right?
No,
I want to do a whole hour just
hitting you up
hammering
for,
Panini
if shipping's
on this.
$4.99 for a card, is it if you got multiple cards? Is it per card?
So I ended up getting a Jim Zorn autograph from Prism, right? That I saw that they had, and I think it would cost me 250 points, but I
that's not
paid
shabby.
$5.99 shipping.
Yeah.
That card's not worth much, is it?
I think I sold it for $10, but if you look at points
Ouch.
value plus shipping, you're breaking even or losing a little. So, yeah, I mean, so I didn't put it, but that's like, well, we'll get on this topic later, but that's like retail and
Was I
buying
around for that, Jim
blasters.
Zorn?
No, you weren't.
Because I'm a Jim Zorn guy.
All right, so we're gonna switch gears. So this can be polarizing, but this other one can also be polarizing, but it can be a little bit of fun. So D-Mags thought this would be a good exercise, and this would be talking about your Mount Rushmore of athletes. Who would be on your Mount Rushmore?
And are we going to go by in sport or just a mixed
One
sport?
from each sport?
Well,
I did it from one from each sport. I don't know if I could
think
do
one from
a
each sport would be-
Seattle-based Mount
No,
Rushmore
no,
with
no,
four
no.
of
You got to do it one from
one
each
sport.
sport.
Like,
you know?
yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I can
Well,
do
it's because
that.
your mental capacity isn't up there.
Yeah, I know. I can't. I
Okay.
can't do that.
You know, so you take Wayne Gretzky and you put in three other players of
Yeah,
other genres.
sure. I want. Give me Sid the
Wayne
Kid.
Gretzky, Johnny Unitas, Pete Rose, and
There you go.
All right,
Wilt
well then,
Chamberlain. And not because he was Wilt to
who's
still,
your
because
four,
he was
then?
a 20,000 woman.
My four would probably be, and this is off the cuff now, so I haven't done any homework or research. But
when
It's
did you
your heart.
Find,
I'll
when did
tell
you
you-
find out about this topic?
last week.
It's your heart.
Okay, so we're all captivated.
Oh, here.
Go ahead.
Hold on, real
Football-
quick.
No.
Real quick
Don't
shout out. Unfortunately, Dodgers just won the World Series.
Congratulations, Los Angeles Dodgers.
Dodgers are the
That's kind of
winners.
a bummer.
Not really. I own a Dodger cap. I'll wear it tomorrow.
The only plus side is my shows that I watch will come back on tomorrow instead of Game 7 of the World
I thought,
Series.
didn't you want Tampa Bay or did you want
I
the
did,
Dodgers?
but
Okay.
in the back of my mind, I was like, I
Did
just
you have
wanna
Randy
watch.
Rosarina's like sitting waiting?
Oh, I got his cards.
What about the guy that
They're
bet
on right now.
$100 million on?
And that'll be
on-
another producer thought this would be a good topic too, because Randy Rosarina was a
Fire.
barely $5 autograph card in every product this year. And then when he started doing well, I started selling out of them because I don't upcharge it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and now you're seeing like $5 autographs are selling for $35-$40.
Yeah. No,
And he's Cuban.
he's going to be a superstar. All right. Let's back to our Mount Rushmore.
Mount Rushmore, football, Lawrence Taylor.
Okay.
Not Y.A. Tittle?
No.
Why titties?
Lawrence.
That wasn't. And don't look at me. I didn't say that.
I
He
was
did.
looking at you,
Like
right?
you're gonna blame me. You're gonna
I'm
be
say,
like, "Why'd you
I'm
say
gonna
that yesterday?"
Lawrence Taylor. Man,
And is there a reason why? What made
childhood hero.
just your guy?
Yeah.
I can respect that.
Yeah. Y.A. Tittle, Mike Schmidt.
Now, can I ask a question?
Go ahead.
So the Lawrence Taylor
think
part
so.
wasn't the ability for him to snort cocaine. That's not what you admired, right?
no,
okay, I just want to make sure.
The
I wanted,
grit.
Even though we rolled a couple times in Miami back in the day.
I wanted to clarify that.
Anyway,
So,
just kidding.
by the way, I'd love to see the cell phone photos of that party.
There we go.
I think it was Alcazaba. His place in Miami. Never mind. So I'd say Lawrence Taylor, Mike Schmidt, Pete Maravich,
You talk a lot about Pistol Pete.
and I'm gonna say hockey-wise.
So you're the hockey
probably-
guy. So
yeah, I'm gonna say hockey's tough because I got so many guys.
you're
I'm
goalie.
gonna go with hockey. I'm gonna go with Mike Bossy,
Okay.
And why Mike
New York
Bossy?
Islanders, childhood hero, growing up in the same era.
All right.
He
Okay.
was so those are my
Jimmy,
four.
what's yours?
So this was tougher for me because I don't think I'm as in depth. Like I'm a big Mariner fan, Seahawk fan, was a Sonics fan when they were here. we haven't had hockey. So hockey's a new enigma for me.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to be one of these posers that are going to be like Wayne Gretzky, just default to him, right? So I thought about it, and obviously my childhood hero was Steve Largent, okay? Had an opportunity to meet him when I was a kid, and that's my PC for my sports room at home.
Mm-hmm.
Autograph crap left and right. Thanks to my in-laws, they're always good on the Christmas gifts for
wall
the Largent.
to wall.
My favorite Largent piece was actually a piece that Stacy's mom, my mother-in-law, did, where she commissioned a Seattle artist to do a one-of-a-kind Steve Largent painting. Beautiful. And it's one of
picture?
No. One of my favorite pieces.
A little character.
Caricature.
You know, I did the cocaine one, just like being serious,
okay.
and you're really kicking mine around a little bit. So baseball, I'm a Seattle Pilots guy, right? That's my, like, but being in Seattle, being a kid, growing up, wanting to play baseball, Ken Griffey Jr. has got to be my Mount Rushmore for baseball. Like Jim Bouton was kind of my, I thought about that, and because he was a pilot, and Lou Piniella was a Seattle Pilot, believe it or not. And I was like, Ken Griffey Jr., because I remember being as a kid, 10, 12 years old, trying to practice Griffey's swing, like his just fluid motion from swing to bat drop. And
Yeah.
So basketball-wise was a little tougher. I kind of had to go with two. I had to do with my
there you go.
my Gary Payton, Sean Kemp combo.
NBA Jam.
So if they were to share one face, it would be a morph of the two of them
Half
in
and
one
half.
face.
So if they were together and had a child, that would be it.
That their offspring would be
like
my
the-
choice. for
Dominance.
I think we can do that.
And then I think for the hockey would be George Washington. So I mean,
Or
see,
maybe,
you drop the
I'm
history, and
waiting-
everybody stops like, "What? Did he really say that?"
He's probably, he's going to choose for hockey? One of the Hanson brothers or something from that day.
No, I was actually going to do like
Mighty Ducks.
Phil
or
Hughes. So
Mighty Ducks. Or
Justin Bieber.
How about
no,
Youngblood?
actually, the player that I enjoy watching, and I think has a lot of grit, and he's still playing.
Oh, really? So a modern day guy. 'Cause
Yeah.
You haven't chosen any modern day
So
people.
Connor McDavid.
Connor McDavid.
I like Connor McDavid. So he would be my current hockey Mount Rushmore, because that guy will. I mean, not
Wow,
only
man, of all the
skate
players out
around
there?
you.
So many Hall of Famers.
Yeah.
Connor McDavid.
He's the one that I've been most exposed to.
Wow.
You got to respect it a little bit, though.
I don't. But yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
well, sure.
I mean, I don't have to respect anything. But, I'm
But
just
yeah,
saying,
Lawrence Taylor.
So,
Connor
right, so-
McDavid, cool. Well,
yeah, that
let's
would be
listen
my-
to D-Mags. D-Mags.
Hockey, I'm not going to pose. That's going to be a blank face. It's going to be
To be determined.
Connor McDavid.
TBD.
not even TBD to not even worry about for me.
So you're not a
So,
full sports guy. You
yeah,
just
Dwayne
I just-
Haskins.
I'll
right?
carve another face into there. I'll put my own face with my
just
Mount
leave Lincoln
Rushmore.
up there, right?
So football, Kurt Warner. I don't even have to really the
surprised by
quarterback.
Not the
Kurt Warner, not the running back. Hawk.
Not the store bagging guy, right? Not the,
That one.
Grocery store
Yep.
Oh, not number 28.
Bagging groceries, Kurt Warner. That's just
Not Penn State
Chi-
Nittany Lion Kurt Warner.
that's just
I give you
childhood
credit
guy.
though, because he's like, I mean, I know he's great, and he's got the MVPs and the Super Bowls, but not. I mean, he just doesn't. He doesn't seem like he could go up there with like the Marinos of the world and this and that. Even though he's won more and he's had probably more
And his
accolades.
numbers and
Right.
You
Yeah,
know
he's
who I
not-
thought you were going to choose, though, honestly?
Who?
Kenny Anderson.
No.
For some reason, I thought he was going to pull out like the two bar.
I thought Jim Ferguson
See,
man,
it's
that's
or
deep.
Joe
Kurt,
Ferguson.
Kurt Warner definitely is my guy.
James Brooks.
Everything about Kurt Warner, book, everything I own, autographs. Got to meet him when
Tim
he was
McGee.
with
He was a
the
stud, by the
Cardinals.
way.
See, now baseball, because growing up at baseball, that was my sport.
Vita Blue.
That's a really, really hard one. 3 people come to my
You know who I can see you saying, and then being honest, because I know you're an Oakland A's guy, Ricky Henderson.
See, and Ricky
No.
Ricky would be like 2 for me growing up as an
Okay.
A's fan. So
Was he a pitcher?
Ouch.
I don't know. I mean, no,
Give him some respect.
Not
Like,
Henderson.
we had to
Oh.
listen
Is
to
his
your.
guy-
Is my
okay,
guy a
Lawrence
pitcher?
Is your
Taylor.
guy a pitcher?
no, my guy's not
Okay.
a pitcher. So if as an A's fan,
Oh, that went a different way. Oh,
That's
that
what I
went. That was
meant.
deeper.
That was no.
Yeah, that went deeper than I was
Is he a catcher?
scratching.
Is he a catcher?
Yeah. Is he pitching or catching?
Jose Canseco was my guy growing up.
Fellow Cuban.
I mean, he always was the guy I followed throughout his career.
You have an
Saw him play
opportunity
with
to go
everyone.
read Juiced.
I haven't read. I don't want to know that side
That's
of
gotta be a
him.
good book.
It is a good book. I
Yeah,
have it.
but-
All those
I can
guys.
loan you a copy.
I don't know if I would put him as my Mount Rushmore overall because I loved watching him play, but the guy that I sort of
But are you going
idolized,
by guys who you watch play, or it could be anybody?
guys that I
mean,
just like you're saying, your old and your childhood
yeah,
heroes are
yeah,
Lawrence
exactly,
Taylor.
yeah, exactly.
I didn't.
'Cause you're
You're not as old, and he's a
Lawrence
child hero.
Taylor couldn't have been my childhood hero unless I was watching his drug cocaine addiction. But
Only a vacuum on certain weekend days.
My money was on Connie Langsford.
Andrew Jones, that's probably a wild one.
Sounds
but
like Tony Phillips. Like,
Andrew Jones would be my guy.
How about Giambi, bro?
so I'm,
Yeah,
I'm
Giambi's
curious,
a
though,
great
like,
guy, but-
why Andrew Jones though? I wouldn't expect that.
I wouldn't expect that either.
I'm a center fielder, so growing still.
Okay, so hold on. So this guy does it all the time, right? I hear on a daily basis, I'm a goalie, I'm a linebacker, I'm a third baseman, I'm a pitcher and a catcher. So I played sports when I was, but there's a certain point you get to a certain age that you stop being those things.
No, I still play though.
But come on.
Yeah, I saw you on
No,
ESPN The Ocho.
I still play. If I go and play in the minor league.
When was the
or
last time you played?
hardball? Last year
Okay.
in league, but I play when I play
What
in
league?
competitive.
What league is
There's
this?
an actual
Men's beer league.
men's.
'Cause mine's men's hockey beer
No,
league.
it's a not no beer league.
They have a hockey beer league around here.
Yeah, bro. You
Really?
fight during the game.
But
get
anyways,
blues, and then you go drink at the
Andrew
bar.
Jones.
Andrew Jones.
The,
That's a
the
good
stick.
pick.
Surprise,
the
dude.
fielding. I mean, that's the guy that I idolized.
Is he
in
a
the
Hall
way
of Famer? You think?
I think so. I think his
Is he
numbers
in the-
towards the
is
end
he
of
in
his
the,
career,
is he in the-
definitely.
is he
The
in
amount
the-
of gold gloves he won.
Is he in the Ring of Ace?
But yeah.
Don't listen to it,
Is
don't.
he in the Ring of A's or whatever you guys have over there?
And then Cal Ripken Jr. is another guy that I
Iron Man.
looked. So like Canseco, Andrew Jones, Ripken, those three were my.
Is Ripken the longevity? Like, is that the thing you admire about him? Or?
No, to be honest, it was more the person than the player.
He was a stud, dude.
Like I looked up to anytime I had to do a book report, it was on him. I mean, overall, it would just seem to be.
Now, is it safe to say though, Ripken he transcended with his after baseball life? Like, he was a god because of his longevity, right?
Well,
but
and what he was doing as a shortstop.
right,
Yeah,
but
I mean,
when
he
was cranking
but his
6
professional
feet.
career, he's done a tremendous amount of good with Little League,
Oh,
the
yeah.
Cal Ripken League baseball.
Oh, for sure.
And where that organization has gone. So, I mean, I respect that choice. That's a good one to
Yeah,
do.
those I like
Still got basketball.
basketball. It would be Shaq or Kobe. Unfortunately, I rest in peace, Kobe. But I think when I really was following and being a diehard like basketball follower, Shaq was the reason why I watched basketball. So I mean, it started when he was with the Magic. It was before he
And I'll tell
won
you-
the championships.
So I respect the choice. Like for me, if I had to make my turf and dirt shop owner choice of basketball, would have been Kobe. But I didn't get a chance to, because I didn't know much about Kobe. Like when he was playing, I didn't take the time to. And so after he passed away, and there's the Mamba Mentality book,
Oh,
and
yeah.
all these things, I started reading and like following. I'm like, I regret not watching
Learning more
him.
about the man. And I was the same way. I watched him play on television, never saw him live.
I saw him twice
Watched him play
live.
live
Really?
twice.
Wow.
Once in
Never
LA.
really cared for him. Thought he was a prima donna, this and that. But I come from the school of like the Sixers and the Barkleys and the Iversons, and so he was kind of the opposite end
Yeah.
of that. Always killing us, always doing his thing. But it wasn't until after he passed away that I realized
Yeah, I
he
saw-
was special.
I saw him live
was
in
really special.
2009 in
Now,
LA.
when you watch a player like that, though, do you see him and go, "He's special"?
Oh yeah, I mean it just
Drafted out of high school,
it
bro.
pops on the court. I mean, when you take that many shots too, you're
Sure.
always the focal point of the game.
When you're James Hardening it,
Yeah.
it's.
But yeah, I mean,
And there's definitely a different Kobe from young Kobe, punk Kobe, because Kobe was
Yeah.
kind of an ass when he was younger.
well, yeah, it was more
But
than me.
he had a growing up that he did.
about
where-
right after he had the trouble with his wife.
He had a
Right.
he had a like a maturation,
a coming of age.
Yeah.
And I feel like that really turned.
And that's when, he started really befriending Jordan, and Jordan became less of a competition rather than a mentor.
Yeah.
And then he matured tremendous. Like, I listen to interviews and I'm like, how the hell do you not follow that guy? Like, he had a lot of, like, so producer got me the Mamba Mentality book and I read it, and a lot of it was about basketball, right?
Yeah.
Like, I don't care how to do a jump shot or how to run lines on a court, but he'd also talk about just mentality, and you can transfer it to business. And
Yeah.
I'm like, I was moved by it. It was crazy.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, no, I think a lot of people. That's
So
where
no,
they
but
feel-
I don't want to be a poser, so that's why I kept my Gary Payne.
and I
But
don't
I
wanna put
appreciate the picks that D-Mags had.
I don't want to put Stacy's, Mount Rushmore up there, but I think it's just 4 different poses of Gardner Minshew. I think. Wouldn't you say?
Well, it would be
Just different positions.
So it'd be Gardner Minshew holding a baseball bat, holding a football helmet, holding a hockey puck, and then holding a basketball.
There you go.
And she's probably throwing a fifth. eating some
And
of that
probably
cougar
with a
cheese.
big handlebar
Eating
and
some
boxer
cougar cheese.
shorts and nothing else.
What about having the cougar cheese? Eating the
Raleigh
little wine,
fingers. There you
cougar cheese.
go.
Oh, I think we're gonna have to do a picture of that
Oh,
for
man.
her Christmas present, right?
There you go. On
Gardner
a unicorn,
Minshew
or like
eating-
the
eating squeaky cheese,
like the Old Spice commercial, like Gardner Minshew and the horse body.
Oh God.
Oh, that's just disturbing. All right, so we just had a little sports recap, right? Dodgers winning the World Series.
yeah.
Congratulations to them.
You know, it's
but
the first World Series title in 32.
Since
32 years.
unspoken year.
yeah, interesting.
Exactly.
Unspoken year. The cripple dick year.
The what?
Kirk
I know what you're talking
Gibson.
about, Kirk Gibson.
Oh, okay. I didn't want because I'd
Wasn't Eckersley on the
I'd
mouth
hear a
for that?
bunch of crap
Yeah.
if I repeated that. So
No, yeah, no. That's
what I was saying.
it's the image that's always in my head when I
Oh,
think of it.
same
It's
here.
just it stings.
For me, it's more of a. If you remember my World Series in '93, Phillies.
oh yeah, you were a catcher.
Joe. I was a pitcher. I'm never a catcher.
Sorry, no, I forget
And,
you were a left fielder,
When Joe Carter killed us,
Yeah.
with Mitch Williams pitching.
like with
Wow,
a
Mitch.
gun.
Yeah.
You might as
Like,
well
you
been.
take your sports
You might as well
seriously.
been because we.
No, yeah, that's
For watching the game and knowing that your mother or your grandmother, whoever is watching, has never cursed in her life, said one bad word ever, at the grand old age, to hearing what happened and losing it in the kitchen because she just heard it.
And like cussing up a storm.
Tomorrow,
good
dude.
Lord.
It's like,
yeah, that's awesome though.
That was a
That's
killer.
a good memory.
Yeah, respect for people that do
Yeah.
that. Yep. You drop an F-bomb, you're on my
That's
A-list,
that's
more
right?
than
that's
that.
every day.
All right, so NFL recap for the week. So
One undefeated left.
lots of great games, but there's one really stupid thing that has been just eating at me.
Uh-oh.
And, there's been such a big deal about COVID, masks, and everything, right? And I think the NFL has kind of fallen into their groove with it. And so I really started paying attention to sideline shots, shots of players, coaches,
I catch myself
staff.
looking at that stuff too sometimes.
And I'm trying to figure out because, a month ago, right, we're finding everybody 6 figures where
Yeah.
shame on you, Pete Carroll's house is getting egged because he's a COVID spreader, right? And then I'm looking around and the coaches have a mask. Half the staff have a mask, only half.
But none of the players.
No doctors are wearing one. Not a single player. All 53, 65, or whatever they're allowed to be, do not have a mask on. And the referees pull their mask on, especially the head guy,
To announce
when the
it.
camera comes on. Like when he's finally in the camera view,
Yeah.
I see him do. And then he'll go up to do his talk, and then he'll pull it down to announce the call.
They do undo an ear, drop it because it's got a little eyeglass stringy little
Yeah.
thing here.
So the question just begs that, so does the NFL refund Pete Carroll and these others? Because it is an absolute shit show, and I'm sorry I use the shit word, but watching masks, it's like, they're hugging, kissing on the sidelines. Coaches are pulling masks down to yell at players, right? Because they can't get through the mask.
But
and
after the game, when they get together to
right,
do
like
prayer and-
Russell Wilson and Kyler Murray did a jersey swap. I saw the photo of that today.
Oh, did you?
And they weren't wearing a mask. The photographers standing around them also did not have a mask on. And there was like 4 AP photo because they had vests on that announced who they are, and nobody's wearing a mask.
That's funny because at my work right now, they said even in our break room, you can't even, unless you are actively eating or drinking, your mask needs to be on in between bites and sips. But then when our manager, she wants to run around and holler at people, she can't holler through her mask. So she's, well, then what the hell are you spitting all over people for?
Let's
You
not
could
even get started on that, man.
So
how does that go again?
That's ass a 9, ass a 10, ass a 11.
So yeah, I mean, I saw it. It kind of bugged me because it's like hypocrisy.
Yeah, no,
tremendously. Like
I think it's weird that it's like they were rescheduling all these games. Las Vegas gets hit with all these.
I was gonna say you went from Oakland to Los Angeles to Las Vegas.
Yeah,
Man, that was a whirlwind of travel.
But yeah, they have all these COVID cases pop up. And it got rescheduled to the same day just earlier because they didn't want to possibly cancel a Sunday night game. But it's like before we were canceling everything.
No mask on the side of his head when he's hugging him. It's like, come on, dude.
Yeah, no, that's I think we're almost filtering away from like giving a crap. It's like, we want to care, but we don't want to care.
But yet every political ad is mask this, mask that. Who didn't react to COVID?
Mother
who did,
maskers.
Right? And it's like, I just don't get it, but whatever. But it was entertaining football nonetheless. Like across the board, football's been really good this year.
Another one,
except for the Giants,
and Cincinnati. I mean, hey, yeah. Seattle took a page out of Cincinnati's book and blew one.
Yeah, but
that was rough.
Giants
city.
too.
Rough.
And we got Tua
city.
starting this week. Thoughts on that?
Yeah, Tua. I mean, rookie quarterbacks have been great this year.
And it's not like he's going up against the Jets or Washington.
Tua's going up against the Rams.
The Rams.
That's in my opinion, the dumbest decision on the planet to be starting Tua, like with no
reason because Fitzpatrick was playing well.
He's playing well. He's doing good this season.
What do you think, Aaron Donald? Do you think he like steps on him? Like he's gonna?
I think he steps over because he doesn't see him. He's so small.
He's
no, what's gonna happen is he's going to wear 4 masks, one layered on the other, and he's going to have COVID issues. That's what's going to happen to Tua this week.
Yeah, no, Herbert's playing well. Unfortunately, with Dallas's quarterback situation, CeeDee Lamb he's going to suffer.
So who's starting? Ben DiNucci?
Ben DiNucci.
So I have a Spectra redemption that I have redeemed of a Ben DiNucci autograph.
7th round draft pick.
Yeah, no, poor Andy Dalton.
He was a barely rookie backup, and now he is the starting quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah,
America's
that is rough. But I mean, I think this is a great year for rookies overall. I agree. I'm loving the rookie watch. Ruggs, Hilaire. Who else got some big starts this week?
Hey, did you guys see Cole Kmet last night?
Yeah, I didn't get to see.
Well.
I heard
really
that he finally got some love. I got cards that are just sitting there.
I hear you.
Unfortunately, I had to work late. So
well, you have a TV here. You can turn it on.
Yeah, but unlike other people that work, I actually work. I don't actually sit and look at the TV.
It's for sound.
Okay. So anyway, we've got FanDuel.
Let's make that one quick.
And yeah, that didn't go so well this week.
Y'all need to help me out here. At least I'm trying to be a contender. You're pretenders.
Oh, so
you're
the only one that hasn't mailed in a vote or mailed in a team yet this year. Like you skipped an entire week altogether.
Yeah.
Right?
True story.
Right?
Technical difficulties.
Like
okay, right.
Little
podcast
soiree we got going on here.
He doesn't know how to read. It's okay. But we only got 9 people so far into this week. Last week we had 20.
You know they have hooked on phonics, right?
25 or so.
Reading is fundamental.
Yeah, I don't know how Potter did it this week. Put up 175 points. The winning score.
Beat the living crap out of everybody.
But the winning score for the last several weeks has been in the 140s, and I was 4th place at 145. We had 2 people in 150s, and then 175, and that was with taking a 0 at Jamison Crowder. He complains that if he would have taken a work break sooner, he could have.
I actually edited our team this week, and we still fell way short. So
yeah, so it's rough. It's definitely. I took a different strategy for this coming week, trying to find some lightning in a bottle. So we'll see how it goes. But shout out to Potter, our first 2-time winner.
Yeah, and we're about to rip his certified
pack of
that
certified
he chose before the episode. And so D-Mags wrote on to the pack, so we know it's his pack. So here we go. We're going to rip it and see what comes out of it. And, of course, through the magic of television, you will see a picture-in-picture on the screen. And then you get all the nice little pack sound effects that go along with it.
Ooh, sounds like foil.
At least it sounds like a sturdy pack.
And we got John Elway on the back. And who is on the front? Shall we see? All together, Le'Veon Bell.
In his Kansas... Nope, sorry.
Psych.
So we have because I do this when I rip, I like to preview what is up so I know if we have a 101 or something crazy. So we have a mirror blue coming up.
75.
So we have A.J. Brown. My boy, Dwayne Haskins. Shout out to Chrome, Ohio State.
Beautiful helmet.
Buckeyes. Greatest John Elway. We will soft sleeve that. And
That's a nice one.
Oh, nice. Emmitt Smith.
Hey, not too bad.
Mirror blue, the greatest to 75.
That's a good one to...
That is actually
good little insert
pretty
number.
legit.
I think the 75s I have are all the star inserts. I got Saquon and Christian McCaffrey.
Should I record D-Mags? Because he gets kind of like, he's like zoned in, like psyched.
Yeah.
Like ripping. I don't care who he's ripping for.
He's serious.
I love the cards. I don't care what it is. Cards... It's exciting. It's fresh.
So let me ask you, how would you handle opening up a shop and having all the products staring at you in the face all the time?
Closed by Friday.
I would do exactly what you do, and I would
shut down by Friday.
I would. Oh, sorry. I think I have to open it. Preview rip number 17.
Yeah. Preview rip.
We got product
you
coming.
can't buy any because I opened it all. So we
got product
previewed
coming.
all of it.
We got product coming next week.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we'll be closed
here early
until they show up, right? So that was actually not bad. We don't see inserts.
I like that it's
very often, so
an HOFer.
HOFer.
I like that.
So you know when you're an influencer when people pick up your lingo because I HOF it all the time. So
He's a mother.
IMF
effer.
it.
all right. So what do you got going for FanDuel this week?
I got the links already posted up.
Send it to me, please.
I already sent it.
Tech-
Why not?
Technical. Yeah, he had a. You hear that tone? He had a bad tone.
Jesus.
There's a nice way to say that, you know.
I already sent it.
All right. So FanDuel challenge this week will
Let's
exist.
go. Come on,
like
somebody.
others, so
Somebody needs to take over the top. One of the three of us.
You beat us and win top score. You will have a $30
and
rip credit, Turf and Dirt.
By this time next week, you could get Phoenix. That will be probably under the $30 price range.
That should be under the $30 pack range.
So that would be
Phoenix
a great
would
new
be an
rip.
option, yeah.
But unfortunately, you're not going to be able to rip anything because we're going to win. So got him.
That is a hell of an
You
attitude
know what?
to
Why don't
have.
you stamp that with a little, if you beat me, I'll buy you another pack.
No, because I know several
snap.
coworkers who will
Put in
everybody.
Put in extra study time.
No, they're going to have like 5 teams, and I'm not going to. I'm like, oh, who? I've never seen this name before. Oh, haven't seen this name
is that
before.
the secret? Is have 5 teams?
Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
All right. So let's get this wrapped up, shall we?
Let's do
so
it.
FanDuel, we're going to get after it. So we're going to preview next week. Now, next week's going to be a little interesting. So we have, for the first time in a while, we have a fresh Star Wars release that we're going to talk about. And it's going to coincide with the new release of Mandalorian Season 2.
Oh, that's nice.
Now, I know Devin is not necessarily a Star Wars fan, but
his kids probably are.
No,
Tony and I are fans of Star Wars. And
Yes,
so
religiously.
I'm going to go.
I tried to watch The Mandalorian. I made it through 3 episodes.
No,
You gotta
legitimately,
get
what'd you
line
think?
off
Just not having it? You're not a sci-fi
the
guy?
first 2, I think it was 2 that I liked, and then the third one lost me. I think it
Because
was
like
somewhere
the
around there.
first one, the door chopped the guy in 2.
And you don't understand
Like,
the
I'm
cast
hooked right there.
The cast of Mandalorian
is
If you
good.
see the cast, if you see the credits, and you look at all the cast members, it's as high quality. It's as
Yeah,
big
no,
as,
I thought it was
it's as big as the movie.
I thought it was a
If not
well
even
done
better.
series, but it was just like the one episode just sort
I mean,
of lost
Apollo
me.
Creed's in it. Come on.
Oh yeah, he's still kicking, huh?
Once
Yes,
Baby
well,
Yoda,
he
once
works his
Baby
way out.
Yoda showed up, I lost interest.
Animatronic Baby Yoda. Yep, we got some of those coming. So we're gonna what?
They're here this week.
Baby Yodas.
Baby Yodas are here this week. Really? Animatronic Baby Yodas.
Top that word.
Animatronic.
Say it again.
Animatronic. Woo! All right, so we're going to talk a little bit of Mandalorian. It's going to be a guilty pleasure. Now, we have a product that's releasing tomorrow. It is called Fantasy Sports Breaks.
I like this.
It is a high-end repack, usually company, but they decided to gear a product that is kid related and it's basketball themed, and it runs about a $25 price point for a box. And it will be is it a slabbed card? A hit, several inserts. Is that it? $25. It's supposed to be something that's going to be geared to kids. We ordered a case of it because I have a feeling that there's going to be basketball fans that are revolting against high-priced basketball cards.
Which they should.
That will probably buy a box or two claiming it's for their children and rip it themselves.
Is there a stipulation or anything? I mean, can anybody come in and buy one?
Well, typically you're not going to see a 7-year-old come up and slap.
Right.
So, I'm not going to check IDs.
Unfortunately, it's just basketball.
It's just
basketball
basketball
in
heavy.
it, but
Right.
Now, we have a conference call with Ultra Pro in the morning, but we're going to be rolling out, and we're going to have more details for next week's podcast. My First Break, sponsored by Ultra Pro.
great idea. Love it.
So we are going to be the first shop to engage in this since the COVID shutdown has occurred. 2 other big shops have done it previous. We will be third only
I think
to have done it.
This is really extremely big. I think I have having
It is super big.
75,000 children of my own. Like
You have a small Mandalorian village
Yes,
as your...
Yeah, I mean, my car does not hold all my children, but I think this is a great idea.
That's why luggage racks on the top become useful.
they
And
push the car. I don't even pay for gas. They just push it for me.
And all I do is spit out triplets, so
Yeah, that's one hit.
with the possibility of quadruplets.
There you go.
We have a 9-year-old that acts like an angry 30-year-old,
Yeah.
and she's about ready to pierce her nose and color her hair purple. So anyway, My First Break, sponsored by Ultra Pro. Usually what it occurs in it is it's a box. It's going to have breaking mat, supplies, a box. Oh, that's sexy right there, right? Ultra Pro pays for everything, but it's to try to get kids more involved in the hobby.
And yeah, that's
And so this is going to be more of a general product. We're going to get more details tomorrow, but this is something that takes like a couple months of promotion to roll it out. So coming from a business side of it, it's a big project.
Sure.
Right? Like this is not going to be something that's just throw up a banner and call it good.
No, but that's
right?
what
You're
you
just
got.
giving them a snippet.
That's what you
Sure.
got resources for.
Correct. So we'll see what happens. We're going to go with that. We'll hopefully have more information to detail out next podcast. Do I leave the door open for a guest? Maybe, but that hasn't gone well the last 2 weeks, so I'm skeptical on even asking at this point, but who
Hey,
knows?
if you want to be a guest, reach out
yeah,
to
if
us.
you have
I think that's
resources to
great.
be able to sit here in the same room
And chit chat.
and be able to talk sports cards. you
Over
should-
21.
Over 21, you should message us and let us know. So
Yeah, no, I think it'd be
that's
a
not
great.
a good sign that the producer has right now. That's beautiful. So
We'll just talk amongst ourselves.